जय 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 श्री सीताराम भगवान। जय 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 सीताराम भगवान की जय। Hare Krishna. So we are going to have a class in 8 o'clock, 7:45, and then after that we have Gaur Aarti, and then after that prayer. So thank you all for coming. So can you start with the class? Ramanavami, please. I can see the energy out there. I know it's working day, we're a little tired, but one of the day out of 360 days or 365 days. So we say louder, okay? Ramanavami Maha Savati. Yes. Louder. Ramanavami Maha Savati. Yes. Ragupati Radha Radha Ragupati Radha Sita Ragupati Radha पूजन्तं राम रमयति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम् वाल्मीकि मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथामृतं कोऽन्वन्ति परां गतिम् यद्दीपं सततं राम चरितामृतसागरम् आदृतं मुनिं वन्दे राकेशसमकल्मषम् रोषगणीकृतवासिकां मदकीकृतराक्षसां रामायणमहात्म्ये रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं धीरं जानकीशोकनाशनम् अपेशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् विलङ्घ्यन्धो शरीरं यक्षोकभङ्गिं जनकात्मजायाः आधाय तेनैव तदाकलङ्कं समाहितं आञ्जनेयं सुपाठं कालजातिकप्रियविग्रहं पारिजातपरिमूलवासिनं भावयामि तव माननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र वाचपारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमदं वक्षसान्तकं मनोजवं मारुतितुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मकं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वेद वेदे परे पुंसे जाते दशरथात्मजे वेद प्राचादिदाति साक्षात् रामायण. This is a statement which talks about Ramayana. The Vedas have descended when the Supreme Lord Narayana descended into this world as Dasharatha Putra, the son of Dasharatha. Then Vedas also decided to descend into this world, and that is what Ramayana is called. Itihasas are two. One is Mahabharata, another one is Ramayana. There's a difference between Itihasas and Purana. In the Purana, the event has happened in the past, the author is later. Whereas in Itihasas, the characters, the personality, as well as the author are present in the same time period. That is Itihasas. So, Itihasas is very special compared to Purana. Among the Itihasas, the two Itihasas we have, one is Mahabharata, and the other one is Ramayana. Between Mahabharata and Ramayana, which is Shrestha, which is considered to be special, we are not here to tell what is great and what is not great. But the Shastras say, the scriptures say, the Acharyas say, that between these two, Mahabharata and Ramayana, Itihasa Shrestha, which is great, is Ramayana. There are reasons that they have given why Ramayana is considered to be greater than Mahabharata. Even though Mahabharata is written by the Lord himself, who is incarnated as Vedavyasa. Even though he is incarnated, he wrote, but at the end of Mahabharata, what happened to Vedavyasa? We've been studying in the evening or in the Saturdays for quite a long time now. I heard one word constantly in every class, disappointment. Right? Always he's been a little disappointed of his work he did in Mahabharata. Whereas when Valmiki wrote Ramayana, everyone became jubilant, very happy. Everyone were happy. Another point why Ramayana is considered greater than Mahabharata is because Mahabharata is born out of the inspiration, self-inspiration of Vedavyasa. Whereas Ramayana was not a self-inspiration, rather it was inspired by Narada Muni, who was a guru. So any job, any task, any services that we start, when it's been blessed by the saints, when it's been blessed by the Guru, that service
becomes more important than anything else. In this sense, we consider Ramayana to be much more greater than Mahabharata. The Valmiki Ramayana is considered to be the Adi Kavya, means that is the original and foremost Ramayana among all different Ramayana. There is Ananta Ramayana, Adbhuta Ramayana, Apurva Ramayana, Abhinivesha Ramayana, Champu Ramayana, Tulasi Ramayana, Kamba Ramayana, and there's Ramayana called Ramakino in Japan. And there's a Ramayana in Indonesia. I can't even pronounce the name of the Ramayana. I tried to memorize, I couldn't do it. So something. So in Indonesia, Tokyo, all the different places has Ramayana have their own version. Even though we have so many different versions of Ramayana, and you all have heard several times the stories of Ramayana, I thought we'll do something from a different literature, like how we have different Ramayanas. We also have another Ramayana called Mahavira Vaibhava. Mahavira Vaibhava. It is written by Swami Vedanta Desika, who was appeared in 1200, 1236, 38. That's when he appeared. So he has given this beautiful Ramayana, because the Ramayana has 24,253 slokas in total. We round up and say 24,000 slokas, but it has an extra slokas of 253 slokas of 7 kantas and 500 sargas. Sargas means chapters. And for us to read all the 24,000 slokas, it's going to take a lifetime. We may read it, but to understand the deeper meaning of the Ramayana will take another life. So what Swami Vedanta Desika he did was he compressed the entire 24,253 slokas into this beautiful format called Gadyam. So for this Mahavira Vaibhavam is the literature name that Swami Desika has given, but later it is also famously known as Raghuvira Gadyam. Gadyam means there's a poem we can write. A poem are usually ends with a certain rhythm, and it starts with the what's end. It can start with the same in the next line. So there is some sort of meter, and there is some sort of style that follows in writing form. But Gadyam is a passage. Writing Gadyam is not at all an easy task. It's very difficult. One has to be very scholarly in that language. One has to know the subject matter. One has to know the language thoroughly. So to write Gadyam means it's very difficult. And what Swami Vedanta Desika has done is written Ramayana in a Gadyam format. We are going to recite and see the meaning of it. So the entire Ramayana is in a Gadyam format. You'll see what it means when we read this one. It's beautiful, but it's a tongue twister. It's a tongue twister. So we'll offer a prayer to Swami Vedanta Desika, and then we'll enter into what has been said in this Mahavira Gadyam. Sriman Venkatanatha Samita Keshari Vedanta Acharya Varyomi Sannidhatam Sadatu. That's it. There's literature called Mahavira Gadyam. So there's Mahavira. Mahavira is well known in India from a different school of thought, Mahavira. We also celebrate Mahavira Jayanti. But quite interestingly, this literature is also called Mahavira Vaibhava. But Mahavira that's mentioned over here by Vedanta, Swami Vedanta Desika, is not that Mahavira you all quite familiar with. Rather, this Mahavira is a totally different one, the hero of Ramayana, Ramachandra. So he is a Mahavira. He is a Mahavira. So Veera means, you all know, valor, boldness, courageous. The meaning of, as per the dictionary, Sanskrit dictionary, Veera means not to go and start screaming and shouting and fighting with people. That's not what Veera means. We can show our Veera when we are in a position, we have money, we have strength. But the real Veera is where you have everything, but then you have control of it. That is a real Veera. He is a real Veera. So what's the Veera? Meaning of Veera is that you face a challenge, an opponent. By facing any opponent, a challenge in your life, there is no vikaram. Vikaram is there is no change in physical, on your physical level or on your mental level. A person who does not go through vikaram, avikaraya vichisuddhaya paramatmani. I said in Vishnu Sahasranam, one of the name of Vishnu avikaraya shuddhaya nityaya paramatmani. Vishnu Sahasranam. So avikaraya means one doesn't go through any changes, right? Any changes. Now, if I do like this, there's a change. There's a change immediately happened in each one of you. Touch. What happened? What is this? So your face reaction, body reaction, everything changed. Vikaram, that's called vikaram. Avikaram means no change. That doesn't mean a person is like a dead stone. No, he's active, but nothing affects him. That person is called Veera. So that means a person who faces the challenge in his life, but doesn't go through any impact as it goes through. That person is called Veera. That's the definition of what Veera is. Veera, Saura, Parakrama. When the person has these three things, Veera, Saura, Parakrama, that person is called Mahavira. He's called Mahavira. Because Arjuna is also Veera. He's a great archer. Karna is also a great archer. Ekalavya, considered an archer. But then none of them is called as Mahavira. They're just Veera. Mahavira means Veera. Veera, Mahaviryam. Viryam is where a person courageous, boldly stand in front of any challenges in his life or in a opponent. Or there's an army in front, he stands without any fear. That is Veryam. Saurya means he is able to penetrate into that army field, that area. Opponent, penetrate into that. That person is called Saurya. Not only he goes inside, he defeats, he bewilders, he frightens those opponents and successfully comes out. Sometimes people go successfully inside. They cannot come out. We know stories from Mahabharata. There are different humors they make. It's very challenging. So Parakram means not only he goes inside, he comes out without being going through any difficulties. That is Parakram. That person is called Mahavira. Mahavira. Therefore, in Ramayana, Valmiki, when the very first thing that he asked a question to Narada Muni, when the Narada Muni comes to see Valmiki, the first sloka of Valmiki Ramayana, Tapisvadhyaya Niratam Tapasvi Vidhambaram Naradam Paripakracha Valmiki Muni Pungavam Onasmin Sampradam Loke Unavasya Viryavan. Viryavan, Veera, Onasmin Sampradam Loke Unavasya Viryavan. So the Viryavan is the very important quality of the Lord compared to any other quality. Therefore, Hanuman also says, he got, we see sometimes our devotees, they wear this t-shirt called I lost my heart in Vrindavan. You see this t-shirt? Sometimes devotees want. Like the Hanuman also wears a t-shirt. I lost myself in Veera of Rama. Even though Rama has hundreds of millions of unlimited qualities, auspicious qualities, but one of that is what captivated Hanuman. That is Veerya. Devo me paramodaj nityam pratishtitah. He said, I got lost in that one quality of Rama called Veerya. Veerya is valor, right? So he says that, and this particular Grantha, this particular Mahavira Gadya starts with the introductory sloka. Jayatya Srita Sankrasa Vanta Vipam Sanodaya Prabhavan Sitaya Devya Paramabhyoma Bhaskaraha. Paramabhyoma means Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha has different names. One of the names is called Paramabhyoma. Parama Vyoma Bhaskara. Bhaskara means sun's name is sun. Surya. Name is called Bhaskara. He, the Supreme Lord, who's Rama himself, over there in the Vaikunta, Parama Vyoma, is like a Bhaskara. Bhaskara means the sun. He's not alone. He is with Sita. He is with Sita. Prabhavan Sitaya Devya Paramapyoma Bhaskara. So Jaya Jaya Mahavira. Then he goes into what he's trying to say is in the spiritual world, that Lord who is with Mother Sita, who cannot be separated, because our philosophy is that the concept of the Lord and the concept, the Lord himself cannot be separated. How the Bhaskara means the sun, cannot be separated from the Prabha. Prabha means the luster, the rays that comes out. The rays cannot be separated from the sun. Right? Like that, Mother Sita cannot be separated from Lord Rama. And Rama cannot be separated from Mother Sita. They two together protect and remove the fears of those who have surrendered at their lotus feet. That's the meaning of this particular introductory sloka. I say, Jayatyasa Sankrasa Dvanda Vidvamsa Dhadayara Prabhavan Sitaya Devya Paramapyoma Bhaskara. Now, with that, is the Jaya Jaya Mahavira Veera Dhaureya Devasura Samara Samaya Samurita Nikila Nirjara Nirdharita Niravadika Mahamya. This is Gati. This is Gati. So, the beautifully Vedanta Desika had only 20 Gatyams to narrate Balakanda, which is otherwise 2,500 slokas, close to 2,500 slokas. In only 20 Gatyams, he put all the Balakanda into Gatyams. So very nice. As time permits, we'll see how much we can cover. So this much Gatyam says, Deva Sura Samaya Samara Samaya Samudita Nikila Nirjana Nirdharita Niravatika Mahatmya. The Devas and Asuras were fighting. Deva Asura. One point of time they were fighting. The Lord came and resolved their problem. At that point of time, the Deva glorified the Lord. They glorified the Lord. And they requested the Lord to help them to somehow or the other take care of one biggest demon in the earth. And then that's the theme. So, then they prayed, went and prayed to the Lord. My dear Lord, kindly please remove this big demon called Ravana, Kumbhakarna. They are torturing all of us. They requested. On their request, then what happened is the Lord agreed, I will take care of you. And you can just see the flow, how it comes with Balakanda. It goes. Dasa Vadana Dhamita Dhaivata, Dasa Vadana Dhamita Dhaivata, in Dasa Vadana. Dasa means this Lord Ramu, then he decided that he's going to be taking birth in the Ayodhya as a son of Dasaratha, the Dasarathi Bhava. So it is quite interesting that he's born as a son of Dasaratha. Whereas we all know the scripture says, Ajana Mano Bhuda Vijayati. Ajana Mano Bhuda Vijayati. That means the one who's never born several times. This is from Purusha Sukta. It says, one who's never born several times. The only difference between his birth and our birth is that we have no choice, he has choice. Right? You, Narayani, Haripriya, do you have a choice to select your mom and dad? Did they have a choice that I want this particular birth? No one had. But Rama decided, yes, let me be born as son of Dasaratha. Be born as son of Dasaratha. Under the request of the Devatas. And when he born, he took the Bhava, Dasaratha Bhava, the mood of son of Dasaratha. That was a beautiful line, the Gadya number 5. Dinakara Kula Kamala Dhivakara. This is a very good line, which has a lot of deep meaning. Dinakara Kula Kamala Divakara. Dinakara means Bhaskara. Dinakara also means Bhaskara. Divakara means what is it? Sun. Dinakara is the Surya Deva. And Bhaskara, I mean, Divakara is also Surya. Listen to this one. Dinakara Kula Kamala. The dynasty of Lord Rama or Dasaratha is like a lotus flower itself. The whole dynasty itself like a Dinakara Kula. That Kulam is Dinakara Kala. Dinakara Kula Kamala. Kamala means we have Mataji Kamala here. Everyone names has been mentioned. Dinakara Kamala means that whole dynasty itself like this lotus Kamala. But the beauty of the lotus is only seen when it is blossomed. Even though this dynasty started from Ikshwaku, Manu and Ikshwaku, but this lotus was always like this. It was not blossomed. Ikshwaku was born, it was still like this. Manda was still like this. Sadara, it was still like this. Amsuman, it was still like this. Didipa, it was like this. That's Aja, it was like that. Dasaratha, it was like that. Rama appeared, it blossomed. Therefore, for the lotus to blossom, the sun is needed. The family is well, Dinakara Kula Kamala. But for the Dinakara Kula Kamala to blossom, Divakara is needed. Who's the Divakara? Lord Rama. As soon as Lord Rama was born, this family blossomed. Family is blossomed. Very beautiful. Dinakara Kula Kamala Divakara. Now, one may ask this question: why was Rama born as a human? We all know the story because Ravana took a boon that he should not be killed by. He gave a big list, and then he didn't really bother to ask about human and monkeys because it's nothing. When he can take care of Kinkaras, Yakshas, Yavanas, Gandharvas, Devas, humans are nothing for him. Therefore, it is insult for him to even ask a boon that save me from human. Right? Therefore, he didn't bother to ask. And of course, monkey, nothing. You throw a banana, you go. That's what he thought. Right? Therefore, he didn't ask. For that reason, Rama appeared as human. Now, another question comes. Well, he could have appeared as human, but why in Ikshvaku dynasty? Why not in some other dynasty? Why specifically in Ikshvaku dynasty? Right? Have you ever thought about this? He can be born as a human, but why in this particular family? There's a big history behind it. If you go in this field, we'll end up at 10 o'clock, the class. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll see whatever Lord's wish. We'll go to that much that gives. Now, Ikshvaku is such a great personality. He had a free ticket where he can go to Brahmaloka whenever he wants. He has a pass. He can just enter into Brahmaloka. He goes there, talks to Brahmaji, is a great devotee of Brahma. Brahma also talks to him and he comes back. It was happening very often. But one thing Ikshvaku noticed was whenever he went there, Brahma was excusing himself and closing the door and doing something inside in this room. And then sometime he will come back. But Ikshvaku was not dare enough to ask what was he doing inside the room. But then he couldn't, anything you hide and go, when you're going from here to there, if you just go like this, that is what we want to know what you're carrying. Even though you may carry 10 boxes of 10 plates, if someone is going like this, that's thing what is you want to know what is they carry. Is that something extra or some extra? What is it? So like that, this Ikshvaku want to know what is he doing inside the room. So he guys want to know if you can just tell me what I'm doing. Then he said, I am doing my worship of my Ishta Devata. The deity is inside. Can I have a look? Then he opens the door and he couldn't believe it was the Lord Sri Ranganath lying in a It's a huge, the rate is very huge. He was like, and he said, like Vishwamitra asked Vasishta, I want that cow that you have. And got the problem. And Ikshvaku asked, can you please allow me to take your deity and I can serve? Usually your deity should not be given to others, just like that. So Brahma said, this is my God, my worshipful deity, how can I give you? But then he somehow they are convinced Brahma and Brahma becomes happy and said, okay, take it. And that deity is what then become a Kula Devata of Ikshvaku dynasty. And they were, each and everything, they were worshipping this. That time his name was not Rangana, his name was Narayana. Or also some references said Jagannath, his name. So he was worshipped. But then the Lord in the Vaikuntha was thinking, they are all doing worship. But they are not really up to the standard. They are not doing the deity worship up to the standard. So he was thinking, I need to send someone who can do and show them how to do deity worship. He was thinking, who can be the best person to show these people how to deity worship. He was thinking and thinking and thinking. And finally, he couldn't find anyone. He decided, let me do the job. Therefore, the only way he can do is be born in that particular Vamsa. And the time and everything matched. He was born as Dasaratha Putra. Next, Gadyam. Go. Divisa Jadipita Gana Sakacharana Chasura Dasarata Karamarana Vimochana. This is another one. Now, King Dasaratha had 3 debts. Rana means debts. He had 3, every one of us who were having in the Gradastha life, they have some debts. That is Deva, and then Rishi, and then Pitri. These are 3 main things that we all have to take care of. Dasaratha was able to take care of Deva, and then Rishi is very good. He was doing a lot of yagyas, yagas, and everything. So that's not a problem for him. One thing that he couldn't pay back is Pitru. To pay back the Pitru, you need to have a son. Otherwise, you cannot do it. That is what this particular Gadyam says. This debt that Dasaratha had was got liberated, vimochana. He said that has been taken care by Rama. And you all know the details. He was born now. Before he was born, Dasaratha was trying to find how to get a son. Then he invited Rishyasringa. And then how he did the yagya, and he got a bhayasa, and how he divided into among his 3 wives. And specifically to Sumitra, he gave 2 portions. Right? Right. Yes. Water and half of the water he gave to Sumitra. And Sumitra was thinking, everyone, as soon as they, sometimes you give to someone, immediately they put it in the mouth. Because someone else comes and asks you, therefore, better you put your mouth inside and hand. I cannot give, sorry, it's contaminated. So the best thing to do is, if you don't want to give to anyone, just put your mouth inside. Contaminated. Like that, Kausalya also finished immediately. Sumitra also, Kaikeyi also finished immediately. Sumitra was waiting for them to finish. And then she had 2 portions. And she prayed that I know what's going to happen, who's going to be born to Kausalya and Kaikeyi. Let me have twins. One to take and serve the son of Kausalya, another one to serve the son of Kaikeyi. That means one is a very big important message. One is to serve Bhagavata Aradhana. Bhagavad Aradhana means to worship the Lord. Second one is Bhagavata Aradhana, to worship the devotee of the Lord. Therefore, Shatrugana was worshipping Manki Bharata, whereas Lakshmana was completely devoted himself to serve Lord Rama. This is another important thing. we need to know from this one. Now, the seventh Gadya It says, Kosala Sutta Kumara Bhava Kanchukita Karanakara. Kosala Sutta Kumara Bhava Kanchukita Karanaka, the Supreme Lord, was Sarva Karana, right? He is the cause of all causes. From him everything comes, to him everything goes back. That Supreme Lord, what it is, Kausala Sutta. Kausala Sutta means he became the son of Kausalya. How did he become Kausalya Sutta? By covering himself. Kanchukita, Kanchukita means covering of kavacha. He put a kavacha to cover yourself. Like that, he covered himself of his real supremacy. And he born as son of Kausalya. Well, why can't Desika say son of Dasaratha? Why he has mentioned Kausalya? Because Dasaratha had many sons anyway. No. Kausalya had only one son. And therefore, later, even Vishwamitra, when he tries to wake up Rama and Lakshmana, he says, mentions Kausalya. Kausalya, Supraja, Rama, Purva, Sandhya, Pravartate, Uttishta, Naratha, Tula, Kartavyam, Devamanitam. He said, Kausalya, Kulashekara, Alvar, Tamil, he says, anyway, I'll say it's coming out. Manu Puhar Kausalya, Tiruvayil, means that great Kausalya who carried Tiruvayil, means as holiest womb of Kausalya. He glorified Kausalya, Kulashekara. And same thing, Vishwamitra also, Kausalya, Supraja, Rama, please get up. And interestingly, the commentary, first line is sang Vishwamitra to wake them up. When you want to wake up your children, what do you say? Hey, come on, get up. It's already late. You're already late. You're get ready now. You haven't eaten your food. You're having your breakfast. Get ready, you're late. Every single day we hear the same thing. Whether my house or your house. I'm sure. This is what is happening. Every single day, waking up the children is so very difficult. Right? But Vishwamitra was waking up, Rama saying, Kausalya, Supraja, Kausalya, Supraja. And then he's not moving forward because he can't think of anything else when he thinks of Kausalya. Fortunate Kausalya. Fortunate. Kausalya, Sutta Kumara, Bhava, Kanchukita Karana, Bhava. Then the next one is Kaumara Keli Gopai Kaushika Dhara. Kaushika. When everything was now the turning point, I think that always happens in our life. Dasharatha was so very happy. He was just playing with his all the four children, especially his favorite one. So he was very happy as they eat. He enjoyed seeing them eating. As they play, he was just watching them playing. He was just doing all sort of games with them because just imagine, you cannot imagine this one because you cannot imagine Dasharatha's position. Anyone who doesn't have a child, especially in the Indian culture, you get married, you'll be tortured by your parents and in-law. When is the good news? When is the good news? Therefore, people try to avoid calling them. Otherwise, asking is when is the good news? And then if at all you try to call them and try to tell them I have seen that you found a job, they will think something else. Right? Therefore, Dasaratha did have children for just few years, 60,000 years. A person who did not have 60 child son for not even one son for 60,000 years, when he gets a son, can you imagine how he will be? So he was so much engrossed with his children at that time. Everything was interesting. But Vishwamitra came. Vishwamitra arrived. As soon as Vishwamitra came, Dasharatha became very happy. He's an uninvited great sage. All the three worlds knows about him, glorifies him. Therefore, Vishwamitra, as soon as he came, my dear Lord, Lord of the universe. Usually we glorify the devotee for no reason, right? Whether you like the devotee or not like the devotee, you glorify it. Right? But Dasaratha, Dasaratha, we also make promises. Prabhu, I will do this for you, Prabhu. I will invite you this week, I will invite you to my house. And then you call it, Prabhu, I just want to remind you, people invite me for pressure. Oh, yeah, Prabhu, I'm sorry. I'm out of time. He'll be in the flukes here, buying milk. But he said, I'm out of time, I'm sorry. But even as a reason, when Dharma comes, we have to take, anyway. Now, so Dasarath he promised. He said that whatever you want, I will give you. He said, you take this kingdom. Vishwamitra is not interested in kingdom because he was appealing by himself before he became a sage. So he said, I don't want anything of yours, but I want that boy. And then, no problem. That boy? Which boy? Yes, look. That boy. Darkish in color. Who was Shika. That boy. That was, except Rama, he was looking at all other boys. Then he said, that boy, Rama, I want Rama, this one. And then Dasaratha fainted. First time he really fainted. And then he tried to get up and convince Vishwamitra. It didn't happen. He again fainted. Second time faint is not real fainting. So he thought that considering he had fainted, Vishwamitra would walk away. But Vishwamitra was just standing there. He was waiting for Dasaratha to finish acting and get up. So then he said, my son, Uda Shevanasa Parushka, Rajiva Lokshana. Rajiva Lokshana, Uda Shevanasa Parushka. My son is not even 16 years old. He's talking about Rama. It is true. He was not 16, he was 12 years old at that time. My son is not even 16 years old. Why is that? It's because as per the Yuddha Dharma, a minimum requirement, age requirement is 16 years. Otherwise, you are not allowed to fight. Keeping that in mind, Dasaratha said, he's not even 16 years old. What is he going to do? He is not qualified to come and fight. And then he said, is Rajiva Lochana. Rajiva means lotus. Lotus. Kamala, Rajiva, Padma, it's all different names. No. Rajiva Lochana means the lotus flower closes this level at the time of sunset. My son, as soon as it gets little dark, he'll go to sleep. That is how my son is. Why does he have to tell to Vishwamitra when he's going to sleep, when he's going to get up? That's the reason. He's very smart. Dasaratha is very smart. Because my son goes to sleep by 6 o'clock, the Rakshasa, Rajnisha means they are very active in night. What are you going to do with Rama when he's going to sleep at 6? Hey, get up. Rakshasa, wake him up. Does not need to happen. He'll be in deep sleep. Therefore, my dear says, there's no use you taking my son. Now Vishwamitra understood. This guy is playing game. Therefore said, you are a thorn in the Dinakara Kula Kamala. Dinakara Kula Kamala, just now we saw. In the dynasty called Lotus, you are like a thorn in this lotus. Why? Because you gave a promise and you wouldn't keep up the promise. Sukhi Baba. He told this one. This is quite interesting. That means what? You live happily. But he didn't tell him this one. The two way of keeping, him be good, right? He said in the second tone. When you type this in WhatsApp message, you live happily, you sound the same. How? Emojis are there, correct. You can do that one also. But Vishwamitra, thank you. Very creative. That shows how professional you are in communicating. Right? So at the point of Vashishta came. Please, cool down, Dasaratha. And then the one Vasishta and Vishwamitra will never go together. Whatever they always have arguments and they don't agree to each other. But one thing they agreed, one thing Vishwamitra agreed is when Vishwamitra said that Aham Vemi Mahatmanam Ramam Satya Parakramam. He said, Dasaratha, you don't know your son, but I know him. Aham Vemi Parak. Aham Vemi, I know who your son is, but you don't know who your son is. This is again why it is a Veda Vede Pare Kumsi Chate Dasaratha Veda Prashad Rahi Sakshat Ramayana. That means Ramayana is not different from Veda. That's what we saw in the beginning, the introduction. This loka that Vishwamitra says, Aham Vedmi is actually a statement in Upanishad. It says that Veda Vedam Purusham Mahatam Aditya Varanam Tamasas Vipare. This is a statement in Upanishad. And that Veda Vedam Purusham Mahatam. And that is what he is also saying. Aham Vedmi Mahatmanam Satya Parakram. You don't know the Parakram, the greatness of your own son, but I know who he is. I know his Parakram. I know his Parakram. Then Vasishta comes into the scene and he says, Dasratha, it shows, he doesn't speak much. It shows by his eyes. And Dasratha understood without a second question. He said, Rama is yours. Buy one and get one free. I'll send you Lakshman along. Right? I'll send you Lakshman along with Rama. And this is another important, very important. The important point is that Dasratha was not willing to give up his son. How much ever Vishwamitra was asked. But then as soon as Vasishta said, without a second thought, he gave them. This is another instruction for us, how we have to be with our gurus. We may be in a different angle. We may not understand where they are coming from, because they know what is good for us. When they give an instruction, we have to take it to our heart. Ranat Vara Bhurya Bhavya. And then we're going on to the 9th Gadyam. Ranat Vara Bhurya Bhavya Divyasara Brinda Vandita. This is going to go to the last year. In this week, we will not be able to complete Balakata. Pranata Jada Viveka Vimakana Dhurlalika Dhurlalika Kanutar Vishika Vidatana Vigatita Vitararu Sararu Kartaka Kartakeya. Now, skipping many sargas, now Lakshmana and Rama going along with Mr. Vishwamitra on the path. As they are going, they pass into different stages, and then they come to this one particular spot. And by the way, Vishwamitra was telling a lot of stories on the way. And then they came to one of this spot. It's called Tatakavan. Tatakavan. When as soon as he came, Rama was asking, what is this place? This place is so fearful, disordered. It doesn't look very good. It's very safe. Not that he's afraid of, but he's just explaining how the place to look like. So what is this place? Then Vishwamitra tells the story about Tataka. Tataka story he explains. It tells this Tataka, you know the size of Tataka? Samanvi, you know the size of Tataka? So she wears a garland. She wears a garland. Her garland is not like this Garuda's garland. The garland is made of, yeah. Oh, you know, elephant. How many elephants? Huh? 1,000 elephants. Our garland is made of 1,000 elephants. The tail of one elephant is tied to the trunk of the other elephant. And that elephant's tail is tied to the another trunk of the other elephant. Like this, a garland is made. That's what she wears. Then you can imagine the size of Tataka. Now, and then moving here. Now, here's another message for us. Rama was ready to kill Tataka, and Vishwamitra said, don't even think twice. Don't show your compassion to Tataka, kill him. And Rama said, yes, my lord. Is instruction coming from Guru. So he killed Kartaka. This happened in which yuga? Ramayana happened in which yuga? Treta yuga, correct? And in Dwapara yuga, whose Leela? Krishna Leela happened. Now you see, compared with Dwapara yuga and Treta yuga and Dwapara yuga, Rama was given an instruction. Who gave the instruction? Vishwamitra to kill Kartaka. Vishwamitra is a Jivatma. Rama as a Paramatma. Bhagavan. Bhagavan was taking an instruction from a Jivatma and immediately fulfilled the instruction. Yes? Now, on the chariot in Kurukshetra, Krishna was chariot driver, charioteer, and Arjuna was the passenger. Now, Paramatma is sitting there and Jivatma is the path. Paramatma is giving instruction to Jivatma, and Jivatma is telling, Arjuna was not ready, right? Arjuna was not ready to accept whatever Krishna said. As the yuga changed, from Treta Yuga, Paramatma was listening to Jivatma and executing the order. When it became Dwapara Yuga, Jivatma was not even ready to hear Paramatma's instruction. And think about Kali Yuga. Where are we now, right? Now, then Rama killed Shubhaku and kicked off by his arrow another demon called Maricha. But before killing Maricha and Shubhaku, before defeating Maricha and Shubhaku, whom did he kill? Kartaka. There's a philosophical message for us. This Maricha and Shubhaku are our Ahankara and Mamakara. This Ahankara and Mamakara is happening because of avidya, ignorance. By the way, Ahankara means the ego. Mamakara means the ownership. This belongs to me. Don't touch it. Right? And I am great. That is Ahankara. Mamakara is you think everything belongs to you. Even your neighbors belong to yours. Right? So that is Ahankara and Mamakara. What is the root cause of Ahankara and Mamakara? Avidya. Avidya means ignorance. Ignorance of what? Thinking ourselves to be this body. When we think ourselves to be this body, then obviously everything that related to this body is mine. I am so and so. I am great. I am born in such family. I am an educated person. All this comes. I. That is called Ahankara. But for this Ahankara and Mamakara to go, we have to deal with the mother of these two. That is Tataka. That is Avidya. So then he took care of. We'll just see one more Gadyam, which is the 12th Gadyam, and then we'll stop there. Okay? 12th is Chatakirana Shakashara Charita Katapati Maputa Tata Tanatupata, Viputa Tarikata, Pupalana, Lalukata, Tina, Opata, Narada, Narupata, and Uruchira, Parama, Univara, Yurata Muta. Jata Kirana Shakala Dhara Jatila Nata Pati Maputa Tata Natana Patu Vibuda Sari Dhani Bahula Masalana Nalita Pada Kanina Raja Upamritita Nija Vrijana Jahatu Pala Kanu Uchira Parama Bunivara Yuvati Uta. What is all this? What language is this? Sanskrit. What is he talking about? Jata Kirana. Jata Kirana. Kirana means the rays. Chatakirana means the rays of moon. Chatakirana. Sakala Dharan, the rays of moon, the half crescent moon, which is decorated on someone's head. The half moon decorating someone's head. That is Sakala Dharan. One Dhara means to hold, to hold. So Dharan means one who holds the half moon on his head. Jatila, his head is matted head. Jatila, Natapati means he's a dancer. Now you should be getting some idea who it is. Yes? Lord Shiva. Jata, Kirana, Sakala, Jatila, Natapati. Makuta Kari Nakara Being on his neck, the mat head, that is present more than with a race, there is something inside that is matted head, which is dancing inside. And that is Vibhuda Sari Dhati Bahuda. This is nothing, but don't get scared. This is nothing but Ganga. Mother Ganga is on the head, matted head of Lord Shiva. She, Madhughalana, Lalita Pada, Nalinda Raja, Upamrita Gita Vijaya Jagat Pala, Chira, Arava, Munivara, Yuvati Nuta. Now, that Ganga story is what narrated Rama. This could have been very simple language for us to understand. But Kartya is like that. He now tells about that Ganga story. That Ganga is flowing like a honey with the pollen, the dust, is carrying some dust in her water. When Jessica said, when I look into up, where is this coming from? Then I understand about this water is actually washed water of the lotus feet of Trivikram, the Lord who took the form of Trivikram to measure the three worlds. So that water which contains the thuli, this dust, is coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. That thuli, that this Satyam goes into the next sarga, where it connects to the Ahalya Vimochan. That dust, when it connects here, is the Uppam Chita, Major Vijaya, Jagat Kopala, Kanu Chira, Parama, Munivara, Yuvati Nuta. Munivar, Parama Munivara, Yuvati means the wife, beautiful wife of Munivar, a great Munivar, one great Munivar, Gautama Rishi. Gautama Rishi had a very beautiful wife, Ahalya. Yuvati means very beautiful. And she got Shama Vimotion, means she been released released from the curse of Gautama Rishi by the dust that came from the lotus feet of Rama. Kavitadika Simhaya, Kalyana Gurusaline, Srimate Venkateshaya, Vedanta Gurave Namaha. We covered in super fast one continues. So I'll just recite this one and then we can close for today. Jaya Jaya Mahavira, Mahavira Dhaureya, Devasura Samara Samaya Samudita Nikila Nirjala Girdharita Niravadika Mahatmya, Kasavadana Samita Dhaivata Paritaka Bhyaktita Dhasarati Bhava, Dinakara Kula Kamala Divakara, Divi Sadarapita Ganasara Charana Chadura Gadaraka Samasarana Vimochana, Oshala Sutta Kumara Bhava, Kanchukita Karana Kumara Teli Kupaita, Ausikadvara, Kanadvara Dhurya Bhavya, Yasara Punda Vandita, Pranatajana Vimata Vimatana, Vingalita Dhor Lalita, Kanutara Vishika Vitana, Vigatita Vishara Sarar, Chatakirana Shakala Bharat, Chakila Ganapati Makuta Katu Katana, Udari Kada Babula, Aduhalana Narita Pata, Marina Raja, Upamrita, Tiavarajana, Sagada Pada, Panuruchida, Parama Munivara, Yuvatanatha. So with that, let's pray at the latest feet of the Ramachandra. Let us also get the truly from his lotus feet to purify us. That's the only way where we can get purified. With our effort, it's very difficult. Therefore, Bhakti Vinod Thakur himself says that there are different margas by which one can attain God. There are Karma Yoga, there is Jnana Yoga, there is Bhakti Yoga, there is something called Sharanagati. And of all the four, there's one more left. The topmost and easiest way for one to attain the mercy of the Lord. And that fifth one is called Acharya Abhiman. Acharya Abhiman. By the mercy of Guru, one can attain the love of God. On this auspicious day of Sri Ramanavami, Ramayana is completely, we can take the Ramayana in different angles. One of the way that we can see Ramayana is glories of Guru. There are many, many personalities that exhibit this part. So we pray at the lotus feet of Guru and Gauranga. And so we can also get a test of our Guru, Lord Rama, and purify our life. So that's it. Thank you all for giving me an opportunity and for giving me for any offenses. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
So we can check maybe one question. Anybody has or any comment or realization? Just one. If we are already doing it. Anybody has anything? It's opportunity for it. If not, then that we are good. Pretty good. There is anything? Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. You want the microphone?
I just want to ask anything.
Oh, she's asking when we can complete this Balakanda. We have 8 more games to finish Balakanda. But there are other games also, there are other kandas also. It's really beautiful. Even, huh? Yeah, continue. We'll see whatever the Lord wishes. And how we do it. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Ramanavami Mahamahotsav ki! Mahamahotsav ki! So much. So we are going to have kirtan, and what we do on a very special day like this, we'll have 2 aartis. So Pujari will do aarti on the altar, and then another Pujari will do aarti here. And what will happen is that we'll just chant the song, the lyrics is right there on the board, and then last 5 minutes before we adjourn, you can do the parikarma. Like we'll just go around. So if we can, let's move some of this stuff out of our way, keep this space clean, and then I'll let you know once we have to start.